Alright guys, so today we're going to move into what called solving equations. Solving, what it means is find the value of the letter that makes that statement true. And equations we call it because there's an equal sign in it. Today we're going to start with the one step. So what we're going to do is, and I call it one step because it takes one step to solve it. What we're going to do first, we're going to separate the sides through the equal sign. Do notice that I didn't just cross the equal sign, like it was not just a little thing. It was a little lengthy, my separation, because I have two sides. Like I said, I separated through the equal sign. Where the letter is, I see two terms. I see a -1 there besides the letter. I'm going to move that term, the -1, I'm going to move it to the other side. It's just that whenever you move one term to the other side, switch the sign. So I'm going to move it as a +1. Once again, every time I move something from one side to the other side, I switch the sign. Right? It was negative on the right, so I move it as a positive on the left. Then just combine those terms. 17 plus 1, I know is 18, and on the right side I just have the x by itself. So x is equal to 18, and that's it. Right? 18 is the one value that makes that statement true. 18 minus 1 is 17. If I look at number 2, right, I'm going to separate my sides to the equal sign. My -19, I'm going to move it to the right as a +19. Remember, switch the sign. So I have that x is equal to -25, +19. Remember, when they have different signs, we subtract and keep the sign of the large one. So I'm going to call this -6. Once again, when the signs are different, a negative and a positive, subtract the two numbers and keep the sign of the large one. It doesn't matter which side you keep the letter at. Notice on number 1, I have the letter on the right, and on number 2, I have the letter on the left. Yes. You move the number where the one number that is where the letter is, because our goal is to have the letter by itself. Let's take a look at number 3. Remember, separate through the equal sign. I want the n by itself, so the -18, I'm going to move it to the other side as a +18. I switch the sign. -37, +18, the signs are different, so subtract the numbers and keep the sign of the large one. In this case, let me call it -19 is equal to n. Once again, subtract the numbers, keep the sign of the large one because the signs are different. If I look at number 4, my +17, let me move it to the left as a -17. Signs are different, so I'm going to subtract, keep the sign of the large one. I have +7 is equal to x. Again, it doesn't matter whether the letters on the right or the left. It's just letters on one side, numbers on the other. So that's how we simplify it. We're going to call it one step because, like I said, it only takes one step to do it. We're dealing today with only addition or subtraction. That's the only thing. Tomorrow, we continue with the one step, but we're going to do tomorrow multiplication or division. So expect something similar tomorrow. Any questions? Number 5. My +12, let me move it to the right as a -12. Remember, switch the sign. So I have that x is equal to -18. Same sign, you add and keep the sign. Number 8. Okay. Looking at question number 8. Separate through the equal sign. My +5, let me move it to the left as a -5. Remember, you got to switch the sign. So m is equal to -12. Because they both have the same sign, I add and keep the sign. Any other questions? Number 9. All right. Looking at number 9, my negative 12, I move it to the right as a positive 12. So I have that n is equal to, I know 0 plus 12 is 12. Once again, I'm looking for the value of the letter that makes the statement true. If you plug in 12 for n, 12 minus 12 equals 0. So it makes the statement true. Like, that's what I'm looking for. The value of the letter that makes the statement true. Any other questions? Okay, no questions, but just as an idea, number 10, I know I'm going to move it as a plus 2 on the right. So I have that a is equal to negative 13. Whenever you guys are doing your work, or whenever you guys are taking a quiz, this you guys can double check your work. The way I will double check it, I said if I'm doing a quiz, I kind of want to double check it. I'm going to say negative 12 plus a negative 13. It says to be negative 15. Notice how I replace a for negative 13. Then I look at the statement. Is that true? Yes. So I'm good. Like I said, this way is how you can double check your work. Let me take roll really quick.